What's up, you guys? Justin Rivas here. Tonight we're talking about the best drone ever for vlogging, the DJI Spark. Roll intro. There's no intro, but let's talk about this tiny, amazing, wild little drone that's about the size of a can of San Pellegrino, aka a can of Coke. Amazing, absolutely amazing, the size for what they can do. But obviously, it comes at a cost. And the cost is actually not the cost, which is like, I don't know, $500 to $800, depending on the kit that you happen to buy with it, US. The cost is that you're sacrificing, I would say, in the camera department and some of the features for all the advanced things that you can shoot. But at the end of the day, I don't know if that matters. And we'll get into that in a little bit more. But what I can say is, I'm actually kind of falling in love with this drone, even though it doesn't have all the video features that the Phantom 3 Advanced, which was the last drone that I had, or the Mavic, or the new Phantoms, or lots of other drones out there. This one is like really, really simple. Just shoots 1080p video at 30 frames per second at like a mid-20s bit rate, which is like 24 or 28 megabit per second. Not that high. Fine. It's fine. But that's the thing, and this is why I'm going to say that this is the best drone for vlogging, especially if like you're a daily vlogger, is because your goal is typically not to get fancy drone shots. Your goal needs to be, how do I tell the best story possible? And there's so many vloggers who get distracted by trying to worry about nice shots, good camera gear, having cool drones, cool drone shots, all the things that they see the big vloggers do. But that isn't the reason that we watch the big vloggers. The reason we watch the big vloggers is because they are exceptional storytellers. And drone shots can actually take away from the story if you do too much drone footage. And you'd be better off spending your time thinking about crafting the story. And if it requires a drone shot, great. But having the difference of that drone shot quality, go from here to here, it's not really going to matter all that much. There are so many more things that'll matter. So that's why I say this drone is amazing, because one, you can take it with you anywhere that you want to go because it's tiny, like it real tiny. Two, it doesn't attract that much attention, and I think that's good when you're running and gunning and in and out of all these situations. Is it's small, it's kind of like a toy, it's not as noisy. It's fairly quiet. It sounds a little bit like a loud insect, but it doesn't draw the same level of attention that like a Phantom or even a Mavic is going to draw. It's just a lot more smaller and unobtrusive. The other thing is, it is so easy to get this thing to take flight. I imagine you've seen the other reviews where it has like the face tracking, and if you were to power it on, you can just like, basically once it's ready to go, look at the drone, double tap the back of it, it recognizes your face, and it's taken off right away. And that is so nice, because I feel like with a lot of other drones, there's like this process to getting the drones up in the air, when really speed is the name of the game, especially when it comes to the daily vlogging game. Is you just want to be able to go and tell stories and get in and get out without all these giant setups and all these different things to do. That's part of what makes this amazing. Now, the footage, once you get it up there, in fact, let's roll some footage that I shot today, it's fine. Like, there is no reason that this can't be a good enough establishing shot for whatever it is that you want to be able to do. That it does a fine job of showing off the landscape or showing off the space. And yeah, maybe if you want to get wild on the color grading, or you want to do some super slow motion, or you want to do all sorts of other things, but at the end of the day, lots of times we just need a drone shot. So this drone can come with you wherever you want to go. You can throw it up in the air, and it's going to start recording the footage. Top tip, if you happen to be shooting in 24 frames per second, which is what I do for that cinematic feel, is just slow your drone footage down to 80%, and then it matches up frame for frame, and when you're panning or moving, you won't get as much chop to it. The other thing that I would recommend that I did, I haven't got it yet, but is a little ND filter. An ND filter lets you stick it over the lens and basically slow down the shutter speed. Again, it takes away some of that jitter when you're panning up or down, and I'll link to the one that I'm using, but any drone that makes sense. But that's why I really, really like this drone. Is it's tiny, it can come with you wherever you want, it's easy to get up in the air, and to grab that shot that is just going to add another layer of depth to your footage and to your storytelling. And maybe you could add a little bit more depth with a more expensive drone, a bigger drone, a nicer drone, but this one's cheaper, it's easier to get at, to be accessible because of the price, to get places, and that's why I think it's the best drone for vlogging.